Hello and welcome to Bendy, a podcast about being flexible in all the ways that means. Thanks for joining us. My name is Andy Young, and I'm one of your centennial anniversarial hosts. Oh no, joining me as always is our other centennial and anniversarial host, Beth Martin. Beth, the pleasure is always. What's the crack?
Oh my God. Okay, you said centennial and I went like somewhere else entirely in my
Uh-huh.
brain. This is my second centennial celebration.
Okay.
The
What's the
first
first?
one it was when I worked at the college in Portland
Oh yeah.
and I had to do the whole centennial celebration year.
Okay.
And then I had a nervous breakdown and had a baby and like quit 3 years later. So this is so much more enjoyable.
It,
This is not a year-long affair
yeah, yeah,
with buy-in from everyone. I'm so
yeah.
happy.
You're not having to negotiate with multiple different people and things like that.
Yeah, no. I remember like we had like a grid of like things to do every month, and then it was like leading up to it, someone had just written freak out, like, and then in every meeting we'd be like, oh, freak out,
Yeah,
because it
yeah.
was funny. Anyway, this is so much more enjoyable. I'm so excited to be here.
Me too. Absolutely, me
Um,
too.
so the crack. Okay, other than us being 100, it's like amazing.
Ooh, so old.
I
Sorry.
know we are. I know we're not. I'm going to New York City tomorrow.
Okay.
I have to get up at the godly hour of 5:30 a.m., which is like
Okay.
think about when you get up anyway.
Yeah,
But
it
for
is.
me, that's like when I'm having my second sleep.
Yep.
So, so I'm excited about that. So we're gonna do the whole New York experience. We're gonna be there like 6 days, but like 2 days of that is actually travel, right? So 4 days, three Broadway shows
Uh-huh.
with an almost 11-year-old. And I'm excited.
Yeah,
We
it's
got
gonna be
our
nice.
keys. We have an apartment to stay in. We have a like really, really good friend who's letting us crash uh by ourselves at their apartment in
Amazing. That's gonna save you a
the
small
Upper West
fortune.
Side. I'm like, we're
Ooh.
Gossip Girls. I know, it's ridiculous. It's like the kind of place there aren't even like grocery stores in the area because like you just order in. I don't know. There's a doorman. So,
Nice.
and like, but my sweet friend was like taking videos of like, I don't know if they think I'm stupid
Okay.
because they're like, here's how you work this air conditioner. Here's how you work this air conditioner. This is this air conditioner. And like sometimes if you blow the hair dryer, like all the power will go out. Here's the fuse box or whatever, which like that's cool. But it was like, here's the front door. Here's how you open it. Here's where the doorman stands by the front door. And then
Okay.
if you look to the right, this is the elevator. And then you get in the elevator and then you push the button to this door. And I was like, bro, like
I'm like, some of that I'm like, okay. I mean, like some doors can be weird, so it's like, okay, you maybe need specific instructions, but then it
no,
becomes patronizing at a
no,
point.
but there's like 15 of these videos.
Amazing.
But he throws things in that you need to know. So you have to watch them all, right? So you're like, he's like, here's the doorman. You probably, if you have bags and he's gonna help you, you should probably like kick him a fiver or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that I need to know. And like then he left the apartment number and the building number and the street in one of the videos, and I didn't actually like watch it. And I was like, well, what's the address? And he was like, it's in the video. And I was like, shit, okay. So that's where I'm at. I'm watching videos to figure out how to
That isn't kind of
open
an
and then open the front door. But there's like, it's New York, so there's like 40 locks. So there's like 40 ways to, unpick it. Anyways, I'm excited.
yeah. That's an insane way to send information, in my
I
opinion.
know. He's like, I think I'm a TikTok star. And I'm like, no, you're like a 60-year-old professor, sweetie. He's got his
Amazing.
like his fiance, girlfriend, wife like videoing him. And anyways, it's good. I'm excited. It's gonna be great. Um, so let me know if you want anything or need anything from New York City. I'm sure I'll have stories.
Good question. That's a good question. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I no, that'll be great.
What about you?
So I was in Fermanagh at the weekend. I've talked about before about friends who I would go down to visit down there, and they have set up these two Echo Pods over the past couple of years, and they said my friend
What's
was
an
like,
Echo Pod?
so it's kind of like a wee self-contained holiday home. Like it's basically got
Okay.
a tiny
Like a
kitchen.
yurt?
kind of, but fancier. Like it's got a bed, it's got two like comfortable seats, it's got like a projector, you can watch TV shows on it. It's got a
That's
small
cool.
kitchen and it's got a small bathroom. It is almost completely surrounded by windows. And they have a beautiful view over like one of the lochs in the south of Northern Ireland. Nice and confusing as always. And he offered, he said, like if like he asked if me and my girlfriend wanted to go down for a free weekend. I was like, absolutely, that sounds
Yep.
fantastic.
Look at us with our friends that are just giving us free places to
Right?
stay.
How nice.
I
We're
know.
kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal. Yes.
Um, so, and also hot tubs. Like Friday night wasn't incredible weather on the way down, but it was nice enough that evening. We were like able to get to the hot tub, like have a drink, like just watch the ocean, like see this as it got darker, seeing the bats flying
What?
around and stuff like that. It was really cool. It was so lovely. The next day was completely miserable, like some of those brutal rain I've seen in a long time. So we were like,
And you're
well.
Irish.
It's true. I know, and I'm exactly. We're used to rain, so we decided we were going to go. So there is a famous sort of cave. You have famous caves in America as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's called they're called the Marble Arch Caves. I should say caves rather than cave. And the Marble Arch Caves, and I literally haven't been there in I would say at least 30 years, possibly 35 years.
Wow.
And I remember going there before. The guide at the time told us that sometimes they find large cave spiders down there, and I just then, for the rest of the trip, peppered him with questions about the giant cave spiders. That's all I wanted to know until
You're
I
like
had to be
cool
told.
animal facts.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's true. Until I had to be told to stop. So like that's my only memory of it. But it was really great. But we went down into there. It was really fantastic. And it was, as I said, it's been a long time since I've been there. They are really interesting. They are filled with like stalactites and stalagmites that are like, you know,
Mhm.
some of them are hundreds of thousands of years old and so on.
We
Um,
have one.
so cool.
Oh no, I don't know. Probably
Uh,
not.
and but as we were going in, we went in one section, we came back out, and like you go over this bridge, and the water had come up, and he was like, "Oh, that's come up really high." So the water basically there was so much rain, it was flooding the cave, like it was streaming in, and
This is
we
my nightmare, Andy.
right.
If you would, okay, like you can die, but you can never die in a cave because I'll be so mad at you. I'll be like, I told you.
What a rad way to go though. So that was
No.
interesting. So that was fun. But it was nice, and it was nice because I
So
hadn't been
did
there in
you
years.
evacuate because
Yeah.
the cave was flooding? Okay, good.
Like we were there was part the sort of central part of the cave is a bit higher, so they still gave us some facts and they showed us some of the cool like features and whatnot. And lovely to see. Really nice to go back to that. It was a perfect sort of like indoors outdoors activity, if that makes sense.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um then finally, I've been meaning to watch this for ages. I might have discussed this with you. We watched K-pop Demon Hunters.
Okay.
Have you seen it yet?
I mean, in passing,
Beth, it rocks.
it's on all the time in our
Yeah.
house, but I'm just like, I
Really?
can't. They keep showing me the part where like the doctor's eyes bug out and they
Yeah.
keep cracking up, and I'm like, okay, okay, okay.
Your
I can
buy your buy
suspend. I
your
can
buy-in
sus
for it should be the demon cat.
Yeah, I've seen the demon cat. They're like, look at the cat. And I was like, it's cute. But I
It's
just assumed they don't, sorry, like I assume they don't have good taste.
I it's one of these things that I think I really enjoyed it. And the songs were excellent, I thought. But like it was,
I've heard a song. I think you're okay. I'm judging you. I'm
it's
judging you.
hey, it's judgment. I mean, not for the first time, not for the last. I I really enjoyed it. Like I'd heard it was great. And I think it's one of these rare things that kind of breaks through that is actually well put together, good story, good music, and that becomes popular. You know the way like
Yeah.
popular things can often, or not popular things, good things can often die on the vine
Yeah.
just by sheer chance. This is something
Yes.
I think that has broken through that is genuinely quite good. So I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I finally watched it because I've been meaning to for ages.
I have one more crack.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna send you a photo, but so my husband's been working on a car for since we moved here.
Oh
We bought
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this, it's a 308 Ferrari. Sorry, everyone. It didn't run when we bought it, so that's hopefully saying something, and we can't afford these things, but it's alive.
Hooray! Wow.
Yeah, it's like alive, alive. He took Harper around the block and he was like I was trying to get them in the pool. It's 100 degrees out right now, so I'm just like
Jeez.
anything I can do to get them like to exercise and or play outside and or like I sit in the sunroom and have like the fans and the air conditioner like pointed at me.
Yeah.
But so he was like, I heard it, I heard it, I smelled it before I heard it because the gas is not calibrated. But yeah, it's out. It drove and he was like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna take her in her swimsuit. It's fine. She'll like it's 100. She'll dry off and I have a fire extinguisher." And I was like, "Okay."
Wow, reassuring.
Yeah. So, but it's if anybody would like to buy a Ferrari 308 Quattrovalvole, it will be on Bring a Trailer soon. And
Amazing.
yeah, so we're
That
selling it,
rocks.
I guess is the end of the story. Because
And like,
we need the money. We can't afford to keep it.
that's fair. How long a project has that been? How many years?
Like 3.5 for him, that's a
Okay.
long time.
But it
Um,
needed a lot of work, didn't it?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then like what he does, like so Bring a Trailer, I don't know if you guys have it's like bringatrailer.com,
Okay.
but it's for like it's for it used to be for junk cars and now it's like for like nicer cars that are
Okay.
not that you can't really sell like at a dealership. So they're more classic cars, obscure cars, and so like you have to like this is what we spent our weekend doing. Like taking photos. And he's like, I need you to like sit in the passenger seat. We're gonna drive it. And like I get in the car and I'm like, this is this isn't I got this car is too good for me. And it also feels like it's gonna fall apart around my like ankles. So I'm like videotaping him and he's like, yeah, this is like cold start, this is a hot start, and all these things. I don't know. And then you
Okay.
submit it to Bring a Trailer with all these photos. But one of the photos he took was like all the receipts that
Of
he's
all the
like
work that's been done?
all the work that's been done or like things that he's bought because he does I would say probably like 85% of the work himself on a Ferrari, which is weird because like it's an Italian car,
Yep.
we're not European, so it's like there aren't very many here. You don't There's no Ferrari like workshop here, right?
Yep.
So and this is a long, boring story. Anyway, so
Oh, it's
they were
interesting.
like, oh, he was like, don't even look, don't even look. You're gonna judge me. And I'm like, I'm walking away. Because it was like we have one of those Danish tables where you can fold the leaves out and seat like
Yes.
16 people, and it was full of receipts.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
I think it's quite a valuable car. I'm sure you'll sell it for a good price.
I mean, he was like, one sold last week for this much. And I was like, okay,
Okay.
get it out of here. Get it
Yeah.
out of here. It's time.
I love it.
And
I
also,
love it.
like, he's like, been getting up at, he'll wake up around like 4:30 or 5 and like get up and like go in the work like garage for 3 hours before he gets up to get the kids to go to school. He's like out there working because it's so hot right now.
Yeah, that's a good point. So
So,
that's the time that he has. Yeah.
hmm
Geez, I wonder how many hours he's put into that, or is that something we don't want to think about?
he would probably cry.
Yeah,
And he
for
doesn't
whatever.
ever cry. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's fair.
So yeah. So I'll send you the listing once it's up and you can it's like usually it's like a 10-day auction. And I don't know, like usually he puts his auctions starting as like no like he doesn't set a limit like a
Yeah.
minimum bid, so we'll see.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens with that.
And
Love
that will
it.
pay for my trip to come and see you in July. So,
Huzzah.
and I think we might actually, he was like, I mean, I'll talk a little bit about Coronado Island later, but like that tiny Guinness picture, sorry, I'm just like rambling.
Hmm.
I didn't sleep, you guys, so I told Andy this already, so this is what you get. Anyways, we're at this little Irish bar on Coronado Island, and they served Mike a pint of Guinness that was like maybe like a salt shaker and a half. It was so tiny.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, wait,
and
wait. Hold on. Did
Yeah.
I look at the picture incorrectly then? Because I
No,
feel
I did
like,
salt shaker for size. It was so little. It was so tiny. Um,
oh,
yeah.
okay. That's not a pint. What
I know
absolute
it's like a half a
criminals.
bite. Who does
Okay.
that? Anyways, apparently, like, yeah, the bar's in on Coronado Island. So, but out of that tiny, tiny Guinness, he was like, I think I would like to go to Ireland. And I'm like, you've never been there because he's been everywhere. And he's like, no. So I think maybe we'll come in July. And you don't have to come to England.
Hell
Anyways,
yeah. Love it.
sorry. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like I was in Dublin again recently, and it's so cool. Yeah, no, I think you should dig it, and the people are nice. I think any country has assholes, but like by and large, the people in Ireland and the North are pretty nice. I think,
I
which
would
is
agree.
good. But yeah, um, okay. Do you have any what's occurring for us?
I do. So we have a friend who's very excited about revisiting films.
Hmm.
So they said the way your movie okay, blah blah blah. He's like excited. I know I recommended Highlander, so that's already on the list, but I now feel Batteries Not Included and Inner Space would be great next steps. The former seems to have vanished somewhat from the collective cultural consciousness, but Inner Space remains an absolute sci-fi comedy classic. And I was like, oh my God, I remember both of those.
Yes.
Okay,
There,
so
I have them
I
both on a list. Short. I need to put the
okay.
short list. I need to put because I just have one on my phone, but I need to put one that we can both work at. No, I mean like absolutely. I freaking love Inner Space.
I do too, and I remember is that Dennis Quaid?
It
I
is.
don't remember. Okay.
Dennis Quaid and why am I forgetting? Martin Short.
Oh God. That's a duo.
I think, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of Martin Short's movies. Because like I know he's got like some controversial-ish ones like Clifford and things like that I've never seen. But like I think for my money, I think Inner Space is his best sort
Yeah.
of work.
Okay. It's
But yeah.
been like a long time since I remember both. And I was like, both of them, like, yeah, obviously clicked in. So anyway, so thank you for your movie recommendations. And we literally have a list, not together, but apart, that we'll combine at some
Yeah.
point.
I know I have to put it online. It's just that whenever like the notes apps on my phone, I'm like, yeah, this is easy. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll
Yeah.
I'll make a better effort.
It's
Okay,
okay. You're lazy. It's fine.
I am lazy. It's true, deeply to my core. Okay. Right. So should we get on to this week's topic?
Yeah.
I've
Nope.
titled 100th
Nope.
episode mental
Yep.
health. No, wait,
Well,
what?
we're doing that, but we're doing something else too. I was surprised.
Okay. Beth, that's a surprise. Okay, sorry. All
Okay.
right. Uh,
So
okay,
it is
Beth.
our 100th episode.
Yeah.
We've done something 100 times, which is kind of a big
It
deal.
is kind of a big deal.
So I thought we would celebrate by doing your first Mad Lib.
Oh yes, sweet. I was hoping we'd do a Mad Lib.
Okay, so this
Yes.
is Mad Lib. This is a Taylor Swift based Mad Lib.
Okay.
Because I couldn't find one about podcasts online. So I'm gonna ask you just real rapid fire, grosser the better, the more like absurd and awful the
Okay.
better. Okay, so give me a celebrity.
Celebrity. Okay. My brain's not
You
working too well. Vin
can say more.
Diesel.
Vin Diesel. Okay, give me an adjective. An adjective describes something like lumpy, soft, ugly, messy, or short.
Gooey.
Okay. Give me an occupation.
Um, Pool attendant. Oh, my brain is not
No,
what.
this is perfect. Give me a verb. A verb is adjective or verb. Adverb? Oh, verb is an action word. Run, pitch, jump.
Um, Hurl.
Okay, first name.
Frank.
Okay, part of the body.
Um, Taint.
Good. I was gonna say at least say anus. Good job. Okay, verb past tense. Again, a verb is an action word. Something you did an
So,
action in the past.
drank.
Good. Color.
Um, Beige.
Ooh. Okay, noun, person, place, or thing.
Um, American football.
Ooh. I need an adjective, which is describing word.
Descriptive word. Shocked or shock.
Okay. I need a type of event.
WrestleMania.
Okay. I need a noun, which is a person, place, or thing.
Um, Dog.
Part of the body.
Um, Scalp.
Okay. I made laugh really hard. I'm sorry. Okay. Verb, action word.
Um, Trimming or trim.
What?
Trim.
What is that?
So like if you're cutting something or
Okay,
you're like
you're
gives it
trimming.
gives you trim somebody's beard or
This
you
is
know.
so, that's the cutest action word ever.
I'm trying to keep things
Okay,
n-
number.
number 42.
Okay. Plural noun.
Plural
Plural
noun.
person, place, or thing.
Um, Beavers.
Good. All right, type of food.
Hot dogs.
Okay. I'm sorry, you guys, you might hear me laugh really hard. Adjective.
Descriptive
Describing
word.
word.
Um,
Sleepy, happy, dopey,
Filthy.
grumpy. What?
Filthy.
Filthy. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
This is the letter. Dear Vin Diesel, it's been a gooey summer without you. I've been hit by the pool attendants. I hope I never hurl you. If I did, I'd walk to Frank Street again. Sorry, I'm trying really hard.
That's
My
good.
taint has been drank.
Oh, oh, Ben.
I thought love was beige, but now I know it's not. What have you been up to this summer? I've met an American footballer. It's shocking to have a buddy, but I miss you. I kept the wrestling light.
Wait, what?
We kept the wrestling lights up. We hung together. I
Nice.
made you a paper dog put on your to put on your scalp. I can't wait. I can't. I can't wait to give it to you. Waiting to see you again feels like trimming as fast as I can. It's awful. It also feels like 42 beavers.
It really does feel
It's
like 42
sweeter than a
beavers.
hot dog. Love, Taylor Filthy.
Taylor Filthy. That's good. I'm
My
glad that
eyeball. Ah,
it makes me happy that it was all the Vin Diesel. That's exactly the sort of person I'd
yeah,
want.
I
I
know.
didn't want to be thinking about in that
I'm
way.
gonna send it to him maybe in like the real mail because it's
Please
cheap.
do. He'd
Okay,
appreciate
so
that.
I know. So that's your first Mad Lib.
Amazing. I like
Welcome
it.
to American humor. Isn't it
Thank
stupid?
you. Hey, British humor's pretty stupid too.
Well, I think part of
I'll
it
take
too
it.
is to get us all to know like our adjectives and nouns and plural
Yeah,
nouns and
it is. And because because I was going through the edit of last week's episode and I was like, you remembering me not.
no, yeah.
I couldn't recall what verbs were. Or it's more. I know how to conjugate stuff, but I can't. The names for things always never sticks in my head. They always disappear. So yeah, so that was useful.
That was clear in your Mad Libs experience.
Absolutely.
You did good though.
I mean, it was
I'm
both
proud of you.
remembering what those words were and then also thinking of something was like a double pronged.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. So congratulations.
Thank
Happy 100. Now we
you.
can talk about,
Our 100th episode mental health extravaganza.
yeah, man.
I mean,
Woo!
right? I because I figured, and it was like we thought we talked about this because like we have talked about this a lot in the kind of first 100 episodes, and also we may not have as many opportunities to pick up on it with our new sort of format. So we thought it would be good
Mhm.
to just have a chat, have we catch up and see where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's been a year of us doing something over and over, but it's been a year of us, like, figuring out our shit
Yeah.
as like human beings, and I'm just like curious to see like not that this is like a New Year's like celebration, but like we've done something.
We
Like
have.
Mike the other night was like, "How's the podcast?" I was like, "100 episodes on Wednesday," and he's like, I didn't." He's like, "Not to be like negative, but I didn't think you guys would make it this far." And I
Yeah.
was like, Me either," but also I did know that we could do this.
Yeah.
So I'm just like proud of us and grateful and like um
Me too.
how fucking awesome
I
that
know.
we get to just like hang out every week.
It's
And we've
true.
done it. I know, we've done it. So
So both congratulations to us and in your face to all the haters and doubters out there as well.
I don't think there are many.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
And if there are, they're not listening to the podcast.
that's
Maybe
right.
somebody like
Yet.
sorry, friend of a friend was also like asked me about it recently because they'd only heard about it fairly recently, and they're like, "Oh, so how's it going?" I'm like, "Well, we're going to record an episode 100 next week," and they're like, "What?" And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
"Yeah, yeah, yeah, we're pretty far on." They're like, "Wow," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." Like, what is it like? Most podcasts finish within the first, like the vast majority, like 90% within the first 6 months. So
Yes.
look at us
Yes.
go.
I know.
Um, but yeah, so in terms of our topic. Do you have any thoughts? Do you want to get started, or how are you thinking? What are you feeling?
I just kind of want to see how you're doing generally.
Um, it's I feel like, you know, um mental health stuff, and certainly my experience of it is that it's very much been a journey, and I don't think it will ever be good particularly. I think it'll always be hard work. I just wanted to sort of like preface everything that I'm going to say in that
Yeah.
with with that because it's like it's easy for me to kind of certainly look at things and think how I'm thinking about things and go that's been overly negative, or also in terms of things are going well for me for the most part, but I'm also that doesn't really always have a ton of impact on where my head's at.
Absolutely.
If that was well phrased, I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
I hear you.
Like the thing that I have been thinking about recently, and this is maybe going to sound more serious than it actually is, because like um I feel like suicidal ideation is definitely something that I live with, and it's something I think about a lot. It's like I think about it. I would easily on average every day. I think I would kill myself, and like I don't think I ever would, but it is something I think about literally every day, and. The thing that I have thought about recently, and I think is that I feel like the people in my life have a much more vested interest in me being alive than I do.
Hmm.
And I'm kind of grappling with that a little bit because I kind of feel a little bit kind of like resentful about it and things like that. And um like, so many people I know want more Andy, but I've kind of like had my fill of Andy quite some time ago, is kind of where I'm at with it. And I feel like even if I get to a stage where things feel manageable, that is always going to be there. And I don't really know how I feel about that. I think that I think that my headspace is not particularly not great currently. I don't really know why, but so that's maybe connected to that collection of thoughts that I've just kind of said there.
Hmm.
But it feels like even in my kind of better moments, I'm kind of aware that my brain's more often in a negative space than a positive space.
Do you think that's true for you, like on average, like pretty normally to be in that headspace?
I think so. Yeah.
And when do you feel like you're not in that headspace or like you're not dipping a toe in that pond?
It's very rare, I think. I mean, like it's not it's you know, I read a book years ago and it was like whenever you are in that headspace, it feels like truth. It feels like reality. It feels like that's all there is has ever been. And
Yeah.
it's one of the reasons why I really kind of like to analyze that when I am in a better headspace sometimes. So like it is tough for me to see outside of that right now. But
Hmm.
I think the periods of time when I am in a better headspace, like generally, like I and there's been like blocks of months, like I'll get a couple of months here or there, um, maybe a day or two occasionally, but it's been quite a while, I think, until I can remember any sort of like sustained period of good mental health. I think like 2 or 3 years probably since I remember anything substantial.
Hmm. Hmm. And I like from my perspective, you know, I think like maybe there are weeks where like you'll have a couple good weeks,
Yep.
and then that will pass. And I want to come back to like you're talking about like the concept of more Andy, where you're like, I've had my fill, and everyone else is like, like that's not to give you reasons to stay, but like kind of that's a reason to,
It, it
hang out a
is.
little while.
It is, and like, and I do value, and like, I, one of the big things that I kind of struggle with is that like I kind of love people and I like being around them, but I really also need my own space. But like in either of those things, I'm always thinking about the other thing. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? I'm always
yeah,
thinking, at least part
yeah.
of me, it has one foot out the door to the other thing.
Hmm. Are there like certain things where you're completely immersed in it and you don't have to?
Yeah, video games and
Okay.
being in the movies is, not it's not starring in the movies, not yet. But like no, like I actually being in the cinema, I find really immersive. I find video games really immersive. I
Mhm.
find that they can reset me in a way that not much else can, really, because I find them so engrossing. And it's why I will never stop gaming because it's so impactful for me in that way. Like, I mean, I was like the past couple of days, I've been in a really particularly bad headspace and I don't really know where it's come from. And like this afternoon, I had a really enjoyable game of something, just an online game with some friends. And I was like, I came out of it and I was like, oh, I wasn't thinking about that for the past hour. Amazing.
Good, good. Um, okay, well, thanks for being so honest. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. And I'm also like, um, I get it. And I don't
Yeah.
fault you for saying anything out loud, and that's what this is for.
I
So,
I think that like, I saw a clip of oh geez, what's her name? The blonde-haired comedian, female comedian.
is she on SNL?
No, she's not. Give me a second, it will come to me.
Is it Amy Schumer?
No, 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 no. Blonde comedian female is what I think.
Everyone's like yelling at you right now.
It'll come to me, it'll come to me. Anyway, and she was talking about, and she does like um, most of her stuff is about that and about her mental state. And she has had like, she's had mental breakdowns and she's talked about those things and she folds them into her stand-up comedy. And she was like
Mhm.
talking about like over lockdown, she, she like found her and her husband had a shared interest. They both had suicidal ideation from a young age. And like I really kind of appreciate her being able to turn that into something for laughs because it
Mhm.
feels very honest, and I'm really happy that somebody's putting that out there, as a because like I've definitely expressed this before when we've talked about mental health. Like I think one of the reasons why I don't talk about it with a lot of people is that it immediately gets very serious, and I'm like, oh, this is so much worse now.
Yeah,
Whereas like being able to like joke about it is really kind of punctures it in a way that I find very valuable. Just for me.
yeah, yeah. No, I get it. And like I mean, we've had lots of talks on the subject, but like, I know that you would tell me if you were like thinking overly hard about it.
Yes.
And I want to like, and it's not even like, I want this to be a safe space for you. I just can handle it.
Yes.
I can handle it. I can take it and I don't freak out and I don't feel like we need to go to like, serious places with
Yeah.
it because it's just like part of who you are. And like, I love all of who you are. And
Yeah.
this is just like part of who you are.
Yeah. No, and it exactly, and like I think that it's good better to like, I think these things like grow in the darkness in a way, do you know what
Hmm.
I mean? So I
Agreed.
think that it's good to kind of like shine a light on them a little bit. But it's like it is, the thought of it kind of being um this way forever is a lot,
Yeah.
honestly, and
Yeah.
it's sometimes feels like more than I can bear, and that's tough, just to know how to navigate and to know how to like, you know, make your way through life in that kind of headspace.
Hmm.
I I also kind of like, and I suppose these things kind of feed each other. But I look at the world and I'm like, oh God, do I want to adjust to this?
Yeah.
I I do, it's so fucked in so many ways, and like, self-styled normal people are not the sort of people I want to be like, or I don't want to like, change something about me to kind of fit in with those people at all.
I get that. I get that.
So yeah.
Yeah. I think like I'm in this weird position of like I'm definitely feeling better.
Hmm.
Feel like I'm starting to dip back down again, but that's like like we've made a financial plan to like finance my stem cell needs
Yeah.
and that's in action now and that feels good. So I know like at least a couple times a year I can go and get stem cells, but like I'm feeling better enough where I'm like, what do I do with myself?
Yeah. That's good.
Which is like great, but
Hmm.
it's also like I didn't expect it to be so like sometimes sad. Like I don't know what to do with my time. I don't know how much energy I can put into anything. Um, I'm afraid that I'm gonna, my health is gonna tank again.
Yeah.
So it's like this fear that I'm living with, which like I get it. Like my therapist is like, the fear is there to protect you. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, it doesn't need to right now. You need to like kind of like let that slough it off a little bit.
Yeah.
But so I'm confused, I guess. Like I don't know what I like to do. I don't know. I didn't quite, and also I didn't quite realize like how much time I was sleeping and how much time I was spending in bed. And now I look back and I'm like, if all that you're doing is like sleeping so that you can pick your kids up from school, like it's time to change things, right?
Hmm.
And so I look backwards on the last like, since like just so 8 months at this point. Um, and I've been feeling better since like I went down for my first stem cell in a couple years in May. But that 5 months was like just that was just literally surviving um and showing up for the things that I really had to show up
Yeah.
for. And I now I like I don't know who I am
Yeah.
because I have time and I have space and I feel good and I can do things and it's like so I'm just folding in things that like make sense, right? Like taking the dog for 2 walks a day. It sounds so basic, right?
It's not.
But it's for me, it's not. And
Yeah.
like to have the energy to do that. And now she has the expectation. She's like excited when I get up in the morning and she's excited in the evening. And
Love it.
like that makes me feel good. But then I'm like, what if I can't? And then she's gonna be sad, right? So I'm in this like in between place of like my doctor up in Oregon was like, at some point you're gonna have to make a choice to like not be living in this in between space and you're just gonna have to trust. And if everything falls apart and your body falls apart again, like we'll pick you up, we'll figure it out. And I'm so grateful. And I like we've talked about it. I wish you have. I wish this for everyone, but like specifically for you, I wish you had someone that was like, we'll figure it out, we'll continue on, and we'll figure out a way to make this like happen
Yeah.
with your mental health. Because like if I didn't have that, I don't know where I would be.
Yes. I think, yeah, that's like,
Give me hobbies, give me jobs to do. Like, I'm like,
I
should I get a
think,
job? And I'm like, no, like,
I think as well, like, I mean, as you were saying that and I was thinking about it, it's like, I don't think it's worth forcing this stuff either. And it's like, it's also this idea that, you need to be productive and you need to be filling your time with stuff. And I feel
yeah,
like that's also a trap, because like I definitely do that. And it's like, and then I have no time, I have no time for anything else. So it's like, I think that like, I think you're doing it right in terms of like starting with things like take start twice a day.
it
That's,
sounds so little
but
and
it's,
basic.
I don't think it is.
It makes me want to cry.
No, I'm like, well, I mean, like, crash, absolutely crash you want to, but I don't think that it is. And I feel like that it's like such a good like building block in terms of like, and then see what else kind of like speaks to you. But like there's so much of life I think is like, or so much of modern life, which is like, what are you doing with your time? What are you producing? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like so corrosive on, your fucking soul. So, I think that you have had, like, and we've talked about things and other interesting stuff that you've thought about in the past. And I suppose you could like potentially like the thing that like immediately jumps to my mind is um like your data scripts and stuff like that you're going to look at, like like you could dabble in it and like see if it's speaking to you, and if it's not, it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. I was watching The Sopranos last night because when I can't find good TV, I'm like,
The
well,
Sopranos.
just watch Sopranos again. And like Christopher Moltisanti was like writing a screenplay and
Oh
like
yeah.
it's so bad and all the like the names are bad. It's all bad, right? That's the point. It's like you can't write a good script. And I was like, I could do a bad script.
Absolutely. And like,
Right? I mean, you gave me Final Draft, right? Like you
sorry.
you gifted that to me, and I'm like, it's there, and occasionally I look at it, and I'm like, I don't know what's holding me back. I could just literally retype things in there from my dad, who is dead, and like put it in there, and then like know the story or change the story.
Yeah.
And my mom's given me permission to do that, and so yeah, you're not wrong.
But like I at the same time, like if you're like, I'm not, that's not speaking to me, like,
Yeah,
I know that you had like, find the yoga classes and stuff like that, just I think it's, maybe there is other things. But again, at the same time, I do not want to like push you into doing anything either, you know what I mean?
totally,
And it's only if it's
totally.
like, if that's going to bring value into your life, if it speaks to you, go for it. If not, like, do not worry about it. Like, I truly think getting out for a couple of walks a day is awesome. Like, it really is. I think that's a wonderful friggin' way to spend your day.
This is like so sad, but um, like I haven't dyed my hair because I like dye my roots and like, my bangs or whatever. I haven't dyed my hair, I don't know, in a year probably.
Hmm.
And this week I was like, I'm gonna do that. I have the energy to do that. And it's like I've been wearing makeup on my face other than on recording days, right? And I'm like, so I want to like feel like better about I care about how I look.
Hmm.
So I think I maybe have been depressed for a very long time.
Interesting.
Like if you're a lady, like you keep up your looks no matter what, but I haven't
Yeah.
been at all. And so like other than like literally like just recording.
Yeah.
And so that's a new feature
Okay.
that I haven't felt in a while. So
I like it. That's good. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it is, yeah. I like that. I can you hear this dog? So Sasha's in the room with me. Can you hear her scratching as you were doing that?
No, I
Okay,
can't.
that's good.
No, you're good.
Um,
She can
okay.
scratch her little heart out.
Oh, and she will. Let me tell
I
you.
know.
No, I think that's good, and it's even seeing those wee signs is huge. I think I'm kind of noticing the difference in that regard. And I'm happy to hear it. I'm
Mhm.
happy to hear that it feels like you're on an upswing.
It's just like the swings are so slow. It kind of like
Yeah,
that's the thing that's hard. It's like because maybe it's I don't know if it's a cultural thing, like as being an American where it's like you just, you know, go forth and do not think about it, kind of,
yep.
or if that's like a human
A very Western thing.
characteristic.
It's absolutely something we do over here as well.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
If you could change like anything about your life right now, what would you change?
Jeez, want like anything? I don't know. I just want more time. Like I want like I want a day to myself that nobody else knows about. Um, is kind of what I want. Like it's in that it's that thing that I've been thinking about a lot because like I've talked before. I think the last time we talked about this, I talked about wanting to do an autism diagnosis or some sort of mental health diagnosis, and I still intend to. Um, it's just expensive, and it's that's something I'm gonna have to like probably leave for a few months. But like I have thought a lot about what that might mean, what I might find out from that, and I feel like the some of the advice that might come from that is that I need to slow down or I need to change things in a certain way. And I really kind of struggle to know where I'd find space for that in my life. Like
To slow down.
to slow down. Um like I feel like I've been in this gear for so long now. So I don't know what that looks like. And I really like even whenever I like get downtime, I'm like clock watching because I'm like maybe I can maybe snatch an hour here to do whatever. And I'm like, it's hard to relax into that because I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to get up and I'm gonna have to do the shit after this. Um,
It's like I can't take a nap unless I know I have 2.5 hours of
yeah,
free space and time because it takes me 30 minutes to wind down and then like maybe 45, right? So like I can't imagine just having like an hour or two of downtime and like scheduling downtime in. I
it
can't.
it sucks.
It,
I don't
it's
know what
maddening.
I like, it is one of the things that kind of frustrates me a little bit about it because like I do say it to a lot of people and a lot of people are like, well, you can make changes and I'm like, I really don't feel like I can. I don't want this. I don't like I like, it's so many of the people that have like given me lectures about it are also, the one hand will say you need to slow down. I want you to take time for yourself. Great. But
And then they're like, more Andy.
yes, they want, either in a professional sense, oh, can you walk our dog more, or can you do this more, or like, can we hang out more? And I'm like, do you understand the mixed message in here, right? That it's like you want me to slow down, but also like it's like more and more, and I'm like, so yeah, it's just a tough. I find I'm increasingly find that balance really hard to strike, and like I feel like almost like nothing short of a complete like mental breakdown will allow me
Mhm.
to make that change. So yeah, that was a long
So if
answer to
that
that
my
question.
so you would add a day
Not a day.
that
Yes, please.
no one knows
No one
about.
knows about just
Huh.
me. And
We'll
what about
see.
you?
Um, I don't know. I didn't answer this question for myself.
Okay. As you're thinking about it, so the comedian that I was talking about earlier, who does that sort of stuff, is called Maria Bamford. If you know
Maria
her.
Bam, no.
Okay, she's good, but she has very like she like did like an amazing like a special a few years ago where she was she did like her regular stand-up set to her parents in her parents' living room and things like that. And it was just
Okay.
really insane, really kind of like very personal, very kind of like her parents are not those sorts of people either.
They're like, ha.
Oh, okay, what is this? But she is very frank and very, I think, very funny as well. She's
Mhm.
got very sort of like broken, sort of like a way of speaking that is kind of erratic and kind of like chaotic. But she's very good.
Okay, I'll check her out. So okay, so thank you for giving me time to think. So
I
I
got you.
think if I could change anything about my life right now, it would be my response to stress.
Lots of stress. Love it.
Yeah, yeah, because I don't respond well to stress right now, and like stress for me is like um most things that have to do with like, expectations on me.
Yeah,
So, showing up on time for something is stressful. Not this, but like,
I
um,
understand. Yeah.
yeah, I can't, I'm fine if I'm not in my environment. Like I know I'll go to New York and that's going to be like good stress for me because like my adrenaline kicks in.
Yeah.
But like I'm dealing with like PTA stuff and like we're fighting the state right now and we've been suspended and we're not allowed to act as a charity and it's like this is like volunteer work, right? And it's like stressing me the fuck out. Um so it's like I used to be able to this used to be my job was like fighting healthcare, insurance companies and the government, and I cannot deal anymore. So it's just interesting to see like where I was like 6 years ago, 5 years ago versus where I am now. And I just like cannot handle anything to the point where
Hmm.
Mike is like trying to help me solve little tiny things, little tiny issues that I normally would just like deal with in a heartbeat, but I
But
can't anymore. It's like my whole life and mind has shifted away from um adaptability and like business, but like business is also like the world, if that makes sense.
no, it does make sense to me. Yes, but I mean, like, is it like, I mean, but then probably back then you were sort of like living in high stress all the time,
Yeah, I was like high on it.
and I think that that is like not good. I don't think anybody
No.
should be living like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's I I'm sure there's a balance that could be struck there, and I think you're probably taking tentative steps towards doing that now.
I'm aware of it, right? And like that's like being aware of it is probably like the hardest thing
Yeah,
for most people. And so I'm noticing it and I'm like, okay, well, what's that about,
yeah,
girl? But I can't get it's like awareness is one thing, but like changing behaviors or like because like me not being stressed or angry about something is like a behavior change, right?
yeah.
And my maybe like I don't know, I don't understand it. So I'm just like, what is my like my therapist is always like, okay, like you're having this response. So what is your body or your brain trying to save you from,
Hmm.
basically? And maybe it's like that. I don't know.
Yeah. I
It's maddening.
It is. I mean, like, that is, sort of my constant bugbear as well. Modern life is just fucking all stress, and it's a
Yeah.
fucking nightmare. And it's like no wonder people are like angry with each other and all sorts, because it's just like it's a constant nightmare. I mean, the sort of people that function well in it are not the sort of people that like I don't know, should be running things.
Well, right. Right.
In my opinion.
But that's
Um,
yeah. Well, I think that's largely like a product of no self-reflection
yeah, it's
or too
true.
much.
Yeah. And
This is where I want to be, or like, who am I? It doesn't matter.
just blaze through like and see what
Right.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, and it's tough. Like it's just yeah, and I think that like we probably both are sensitive people, and it's like how do
Mhm.
you navigate this world whenever you're quite sensitive and like it's I think I'm quite reactive to things. Like I really kind of process emotions and stuff that I happen around me with difficulty. They can really shut me down quite quickly and on all sorts of big emotions, you know.
Yeah.
And I so it's just like I don't know. It's just like that. How do you fit in, or how do you like? I don't know if fit in's the right what I'm looking for, but how do you kind of make it work? I guess in this fucking shit show.
Yeah. Well, and also it's like I work, I wonder sometimes because I've had, I'm not always in like suicidal ideation mode, but there have been times in my life where absolutely like, yeah, I'm like, no one would like, doesn't matter. I don't want to live in this body. Like,
Yeah.
it's too painful. But like, I know this because I've lost people. And it's like every life matters, and my God, like the ripple effect is terrible, but like I barely exist.
Mm.
I barely exist, right? I exist to this family, but like my world is so much smaller than it was. Um, and so I think like if like I barely exist, like what does it matter kind of thing?
I I think that's yeah, that's kind of what I was gonna say. I mean, like it's like it's also kind of like is in terms of like existing in a larger sort of capacity, what does that mean, and what does that add on to you, like in terms of like both positive and negative,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like there are, there's I think there's so much value in that sort of smaller circle as well. Do you know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
I think that we are not trained, I don't know, like compelled into like trying to build and grow and grab onto more and like yeah, I am
Yeah.
example A, B, and C for that, and like I it's yeah, so I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I suppose it's just like I don't know what's the balance there, and what is it that
Mhm.
like where you have things that kind of are meaningful to you, but like are also kind of it feels manageable as well.
Mhm. So I guess I'm figuring that out
Yeah,
right now. And
I
like
like that.
travel is always something that like infuses me with, you know, good
Yeah.
stuff, right? So I'm glad I'm doing this. I can't remember if I told you this or not, but I'm going to Vegas with Mike in October.
Yes.
That's where I got COVID that turned into long COVID. And he was like, okay, I've got some surprises, and I love surprises. And I was like, Gah! I was like, no surprises in Vegas. Like, please don't. So, like, that's like, I think I need to like retrace my steps a little
I like
bit.
it.
Maybe not go to Benihana again, because like it's
Don't let
that's never a good idea,
no,
right?
don't lick any pavements.
No, right? Not going to see Rod Stewart, like it's
Yeah.
fine. It'll be fine. Or, I'll get COVID and I'll be, it's like I know my medicine. I know I can get through anything. Like it's fine. It's just like I don't know, being alive is hard.
Oh, it sure
And
is.
what's stupid is like I thought us doing this and talking and like I was like in a year, like we're gonna be, in a completely different headspace.
But like
And we're not, and that's cool too.
exactly. I mean, these things absolutely make a difference. They do absolutely. And talking about things, it makes a huge difference for me, for
Hmm.
sure. But it's like I think a while ago I kind of came to terms with the fact that like it's just something I have to manage forever.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know that I'm like happy about it, but
Yeah.
it's just it is what it is, which is a fucking phrase I hate, but kind of applies here.
Like I'm sure I think there's a Wayne's World quote where Garth's talking about like a pair of underwear that you wear and it feels like first it's like constricting, but then it becomes a part of you.
Yes,
And
that's
it's
a good
like
way of putting it.
maybe that's it. We just need to keep wearing our old underwear.
Amazing. I think that might be a good place to to
I
tie
think
things
so
up,
too.
actually.
I think so too.
So get some tight underwear, everybody. That's our advice.
Watch Wayne's World.
West Mansfield also is also great advice.
Yeah. No, I
Um,
think, like, but we all to say, like, we've done a thing.
we have, yes, we have. Look at us go. They said we couldn't do it, but we did do it. I don't know that anybody said that we couldn't do it.
I mean, I think people were just surprised. Like, what? Like, how
Yeah,
many?
I
Like,
know.
not that we couldn't, but that we, like we hung in there, we
We stuck with it.
stuck with it, did a thing. And it's like, I don't know. I think it's harder to stick with things that you really enjoy.
Yeah,
And we did. Like,
we
we
did.
made time and like I I really do enjoy this still, and I'm grateful for you as my friend, and I'm grateful that we get to hang out every week.
Yep,
Plus or minus travel. Um, but like I'm just proud of both of us.
me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't have
Fuck
said it
yeah.
better. Fuck yeah, look
Yeah.
at us go. Love it. Okay. Shall we move on to our final wee section in that case?
Sure.
Or which is what's been bringing you joy, especially after everything we've talked about.
I know, right? Sorry, everybody. I'll probably put a trigger warning on this one.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's probably a
Okay.
good idea actually. Yeah,
Okay. So, um, like 100th episode trigger warning.
amazing.
It's
As it
very
should
us.
be.
It's very us. Um, Joy, so I got asked out on a date
Okay. Oh yeah.
this past
Hmm.
weekend. So I sent India the photo of the tiny Guinness, but Mike was like, all right, well, my daughter's trying to make money for New York, so we let her babysit her little brother. So, because she was like, please go on a date. And I was like, okay. And he was like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. What I like to do with you is like go out to dinner or like, we're really good at walking and talking
Hmm.
and like stopping places and like grabbing a little appetizer and a cocktail or whatever. So
It's
we did
nice.
that. Um, but he's like, I have a little surprise, and I was like, great, as long as it's not in Vegas. So
Hmm.
we went down. I took you to this place down on the waterfront. I
Yeah,
don't know if you remember
it
that restaurant.
rocks.
So we went, yep. So we went there, and then he was like, okay, we have like reservations, and I was like, okay, cool. And I like he's good with surprises. Anyways, we got on a ferry, which
Hmm.
I didn't know they had in San Diego, and it took us across the bay to Coronado Island. And I love ferries. Like I like grew up with ferries in North Carolina. Like we get on the ferry for Maria. I just love moving from place to place on a boat.
Me too.
And so it was so great. And he was like, we can always like get an Uber back because they have that big, giant, scary bridge that's very high and he gets very scared. Or we can take the 8:30. And I was like, we can make the 8:30. So we got an Uber to the ferry so we wouldn't have to drive across the bridge. It's so
Hmm.
adorable. But we had a really nice time. We
That
had a
sounds great.
great time. I like, I don't know, like he's like my favorite person.
I love it.
I know. And we had yeah, it brought me joy. The ferry and being on a date with Mike.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good combo. It's an amazing
I know,
combo.
right?
Um,
He's always like, he's the kind of person that's like, let's go to the top and look out. And you're like, yeah. Like there's
I
people that are like sit inside and glower.
100%. And I think it's nice to have that kind of inspiration, that kind of, yay, okay, let's
Yeah.
like, yeah, enthusiasm. I think because like
Yeah.
I know in myself sometimes I can be like, yeah, but like, yeah, it's nice to be like, let's go, let's try that thing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So just tying into the theme at the start of the episode where I was talking about K-pop Demon
Yes.
Hunters album.
Okay.
As Brett, it is. There is a song called "This Is What It Sounds Like" that feels like it was built in a lab to devastate me, and it's
Oh,
effective
wow.
every time.
Oh, wow. Okay, I gotta write this down. I gotta,
I'm probably gonna go listen
because,
to it right now after as soon as we finish here. It's just really kind of like it's just lots of lovely themes. I mean, like I think I've talked before about animation making me cry
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
So it's when um like whenever there are like inspirational moments, like especially or like whenever they're overcoming all their kind of like whatever
He's half
problems.
demon.
Yes,
Uh,
literal demons.
yes.
Demons was the first thing in my head. I mean, it's like no, it is literal demons in this movie, but whenever they're
Have you,
overcoming their demons.
is it a movie or a show?
It's a movie.
Oh, okay. I can do
Yeah,
that.
it's only an hour and a half as well.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty
All
short.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, because we don't have Wi-Fi in the apartment that we're staying in. So I like downloaded a bunch of Netflix shows onto
Yeah.
Harper's iPad, and one of them was K-pop. So I'm gonna
Yeah, I
commit.
think you'll enjoy it. I do think you'll enjoy it. Yeah, I
I'm
do.
sure I will.
I
Okay.
love it.
Even Charles likes it. So
Okay.
okay, good job.
Good. All right, love it. Okay, love it. So, in that case, we've reached the end of our 100th episode. Go
Thank
us.
you for being here,
Yes,
everybody.
thank you. We appreciate you. Beth, can you tell everybody where they can find us and
You can
whatnot?
find us at bendypodcast.com.
Love it. All right. In that case, as always, folks, we'd like to remind you to
Stay
stay bendy.
bendy.
Trying to
That was
outdo
the
each
worst one
other.
we've ever done.
I
Oh God.
know.
It's
All
like we
right.
if only we had 100 episodes of practice. Love
Uh,
you guys.
yeah, bite me. Also love you. Bye.
Bye.